So a side hustler is level 2 in my playbook, and that is someone who desires and recognizes that they need to earn more money, but is still to some extent trading time for money. All right, so in this video, I'm going to talk about the level 2 side hustler or side gig or gig kind of next step. I talked about the employee mindset and kind of preparing yourself. Now you've kind of decided, yeah, I do need to do something, so you're probably taking on something extra. And this is an important step because this is going to start testing your work ethic, to say the least. If you're able to hold down, your main job and do something on the side, that's great. That shows a lot of dedication towards kind of switching that mental switch. I will say this about side hustles. If you're just further trading your time for money, that's good. Because you're working longer hours and you're going to require that kind of work ethic for a little while as you go down that journey. But if you're doing commission-based side hustles like real estate or, DJing, I don't know all the different markets, but if you're getting money on side gigs based on commissions or event-based or triggers like that, that's actually, in my opinion, better than maybe doing Uber or just holding down a second job and working more hours. And here's why. That in-between step of having to manage your own leads and your own client kind of interactions and your performance-based and dealing with complaints or feedback, that's actually a very critical step for you to kind of dip your toes in, because it really shows, can you generate leads? Can you, convert a contact to income? And a lot of that is basically like a little micro business. So I encourage commission-based stuff or transaction-based stuff or event-based stuff as a side gig, because you can measure your income and your success and your failure, but it also helps you not focus on that complete hour trade for the money. So I would definitely deter you from holding down a second job unless you absolutely financially need to, and I would make that temporary, and as fast as you can transition into something on that. So on the side hustle note, take your time doing that as well. Explore interests that you have. What do you like to do? Because eventually that may turn into your business, and so taking some time to understand. And again, I come out to this beautiful water sometimes when I want to think. Wherever your tranquil space is, go there and just think. It doesn't cost anything to think. Grab a cup of coffee or light music and just think about that and what you want to do. Lay out a few different options. Have an option A, option B, option C. Try them out. If they're not working for you, then you can switch. But your finances, need to be in check. So if you're just doing the side hustle because you can't afford the main job plus the side hustle lifestyle, you need to lower your expenses. You got to pay the piper somewhere, right? So either you pay him now or you pay him later. And if you don't pay him now with your time investment and your understanding of the financial responsibility that it's going to come with, you're gonna really limit yourself in the future, and you're going to end up in this endless loop of a job, right, and a side hustle forever, and you're never going to be able to get out of that. So once you've identified the side hustle, again, I really encourage that it's commission-based or transaction-based, because you need to start that loop of being able to demonstrate that you're able to get income, not just trading your time for money. You still kind of are, but there's another element being added to the mix, and that's kind of where the level 2 will end. Some people do really well at their side gigs, some people don't. This is a critical step, I think, in the journey, because it requires you to perform, and it requires for somebody else to see value in what you do, and it doesn't have a company behind you. And what I mean by that, if you're an Uber driver, as an example, I'm not knocking the Uber drivers, but Uber has created the value. Uber has invested in the technology. Uber is marketing to the clients. You are just performing and trading your time for money. But if you are getting paid to do a painting or perform DJ services or personal training, whatever it is that you want to do, you are actually demonstrating that someone's willing to pay you directly for your services and knowledge and experience. And that's important because that's going to start transitioning into your entire journey as a remote entrepreneur. So that's kind of my little talk on side hustles and what you want to do on the side hustles. If you have any questions, feel free to comment below. I'll do my best to get to all of them. I would love to help as many people as I can, down this journey. It's a tough journey, but it's a beautiful journey. And when you start seeing light at the end of the tunnel, you really get to do things that you never even thought you could dream of doing. And that's a great thing. Until next time, onwards and upwards.